Alright everybody, welcome back to Wasteland 3. So, I believe that the only way to get in to the place we need to go to is to actually start building the big laser thingy. So I guess we can start doing that. It's not in there. Because we've done everything we could do outside. Yeah, we got this one. Where is... Is it in here? No. I didn't think we could start doing it until we got past these guys. So here's one of them. So I guess we did, or maybe it was already done, the first part, because we didn't even start it, and it was like, you know, built this part of it. I didn't even started that shit. What are you talking about? I was trying not to do it, but I guess you have to. Although that only looks like legs. Ah, there we go.
Lastly, you must attach the turret. The weapons mounting room is just west of here.
Whoops. Yeah, okay. This is west.
The warbot has been sent to the main loading station near the blast door. It only awaits your order to cut through it.
Damn. Makes me sad that we couldn't save Ellen.
I thought you guys weren't ever coming back. This is great. You good to start cutting? Because I'm ready to end this.
Ready.
Great. Well, here's the plan. Aim that laser at the door and start cutting. When it's open, me and the bots will go in first with you covering us. Then you follow. Shoot anybody that resists. But Crow is mine.
Rangers, before we proceed, the warbot is programmed to respond to threats automatically. If we bring it into the foundry, it will use lethal force against anyone who threatens us, which would go against Administrator Markham's wishes. If you want to keep the option for non-lethal measures open, I can disable the warbot after it blasts through the door. Shall I?
Disable it. We need to be able to limit our attacks to disruption weapons.
Very well. I have programmed it to remain inert after it opens the blast door.
Ah, you bunch of pussies. Whatever.
Just fucking melted the door. Might not want to step here for quite a long time. It's gonna be hot.
Doors open. We're going in. Cover us.
Ludlow, you son of a bitch! We said we wouldn't open this door to anybody but Markham!
You lost your chance to talk to Markham when you started this shit. You fucking vandal.
We started it? Who's the one who charged us by the minute to visit our families? Who made us pay for first aid? You've been robbing us blind, motherfucker! You're getting fat off our misery!
So I don't deserve something for breaking the rules for you? The computation engine says no one leaves the factory till quotas are met. It says 1 bathroom break per shift. What's wrong with taking a small fee to let you ignore that bullshit?
What a humanitarian! Making a bad situation worse so you can profit off of it! And now you're bringing in hired guns to kill us for striking against it all. How can you assholes stand with that creep?
We're not standing with anybody. Markham told us to make things right down here, no matter who was behind the trouble. Don't try the moral high ground stuff on us. We saw your people were wrecking the factory. We're not with him. We saw his robots attacking workers in the factory.
Hey, I just told them to get things moving again. I didn't tell them how to do it. You can't pin that on me.
That's bullshit and you know it, Ludlow! A robot doesn't do anything you don't tell it to! At least we got some mercy from you guys. You didn't kill any of my people. Unlike asshole here.
Enough bickering. Ludlow, tell us your side of this. You want to talk, Crow? Talk. Tell us your side.
It started when Markham hired Ludlow and sicked him on us. All of a sudden, things that had been rights were now privileges. Privileges we had to pay for. Need to go to the bathroom? Pay Ludlow. Want to see your kids? Pay Ludlow. Have an accident on the floor and need medical attention? Pay Ludlow.
This one's such an easy choice. They made it. I think they made this choice too easy.
I told you, I was helping you out. Giving you a way around Markham's rules. For a small fee, of course.
Fuck off, you slime. We don't even know if they are Markham's rules. Because the one thing we couldn't pay you to do was take our grievances upstairs. No amount of money was enough to get us a face-to-face with the boss, was it?
The boss doesn't need to be bothered with your petty bullshit. Particularly when we need to be cranking out warbots and turrets to protect ourselves from the coming of the gangs. She gave me the authority to handle you.
And you abused that authority! You beat my workers half to death when we went on strike. You put Danny Chan's hand in the hydraulic press. He'll never work again!
Enough bickering. Ludlow, tell us your side of this.
Everything was fine until this bitch started acting up. We had a smooth system going. We took care of the workers, and the workers took care of us. When I say us, I mean the factory, right? Everybody was happy.
A smooth system for getting you paid, Ludlow!
Shut your trap, Crow. All of a sudden, she starts getting the workers mad about stuff that wasn't a problem before. Breaks aren't long enough, food ain't good enough. Wants extra pay for double shifts. And when I try to tell her the gangs are coming, and if she goes on strike, she's gonna get us all killed, the crazy cow starts smashing up the place and saying that it makes the perfect time to strike. After that, the gloves were off.
That's because us workers know the only time the bosses will lift a finger to save our lives is when theirs are on the line!
I mean, it's an easy decision. Treat your workers right. and the company, whatever, will also succeed. It's very simple. Alright then, Crow, what are your demands?
Simple. Get rid of Ludlow, let us see our families, and we get back to building the gear that'll protect us all from the gangs. We won't even bitch about having to sleep in the factory until the end of the push.
Don't listen to her. You give her an inch, she'll take a mile. It'll never end with her. Not until she runs the damn place. And if that happens, the Plains gangs will steamroll us.
Ludlow, how can we make things better? How can we help you make things better?
You can start by arresting Crow. Once she's gone, the rest of the workers will calm down. Once they do, I'll forget the whole thing. They can go back to work like nothing happened. No recriminations, no revenge. I'm not a guy to hold a grudge.
Okay, and if you believe that, I have a palace in Broadmoor Heights I want to sell you. Once I'm gone, you can bet everybody who stood with me will get the axe. One way or the other.
Thanks for your input. We've made our decision.
Oh yeah?
Oh boy, I can't wait.
I don't know if what Crow is saying is true, but this guy is for sure the worst. Fuck him.
Yeah. Sorry, Ludlow. Looks like you're the problem. For the good of the factory and the workers, you are under arrest. The workers' concerns are legitimate, but your methods aren't helping, Crow. You're coming with us. The only way things are going to get better here is if both of you are out of the picture. I don't really think so. Ludlow is the problem.
Hell I am. Nobody runs this place but me. Robots, kill these fucking mercs.
Okay, let's do it.
Now we get some more music. So, he's got almost 6,000 health. Do we have to keep these people alive?
Russ.
I forgot I made him on our side.
Trespassers.
Really? That was full cover.
Receiving ambush.
Get ready for the fist!
Receiving ambush.
Advancing. Executing non-lethal attack.
We know about the elemental shields. And not enough ammo to reload, or whatever to reload and do that. Where did... Where did Ludlow go? Oh, he's right here. Shit. Oh, but the 35%. Got him. Oh, she was fully healed. Oh. Interesting. Oh, you bitch. He was supposed to hit another time. Really, 95 and you miss. And it's the only attack you can do. Come on.
Get easy for a second. You want the factory to fail so bad? Crow can have it. Know what's it gonna be for me? Don't suppose I'm free to go, huh?
Arrest. We've got a nice cell for you back at Ranger HQ.
Fuck. Guess it beats getting dead.
This is Ranger HQ Actual. Come in, Team November.
We've got Carl Ludlow in custody. Send a team to take him to holding. To holding or in the brig?
Team en route, November. Ranger HQ out.
Thanks for taking out Ludlow. I don't think we would have beat him by ourselves. Now, are you gonna take our demands to Markham, or are we gonna have to do this dance all over again?
What's your story? We know the story. What led to the uprising?
Like I said, Ludlow was the tipping point, but things were already getting weird. Markham started relying on her computation engine to make all her decisions, setting 14-hour shifts, hiring people based on these crazy tests. That's how I got hired. I mean, here's me with my history of killing former employers, and the test said I had an obedient personality. I was glad to get the job, but what the hell? Only a computer would think putting a born shit-stirrer like me in a slave pit and hiring a gaping asshole like Ludlow to watch over me was a good idea.
What's your story?
Just another refugee from the Eastern Plains, you know. Farm burned, folks killed, taken by slavers. 1,000 people around here with the same story.
Okay, I'm glad we clicked on that. She said killed former employers. And I was like, should we have... But then okay, I'm guessing it was slavers she killed.
Only difference is, I got an ornery streak in me. I fought back, killed my owners, escaped, came here. Thought things were gonna be better. And for a while, they were. Got hired at the factory, started getting paid. But then, the conditions got worse, and Ludlow got hired and started stealing our wages. Suddenly, it was pretty much slavery again, and well, I wasn't gonna stand for that. Guess you know the rest.
What do you think of Markham?
She's smart. At least she was. Built Steeltown up from nothing. Made it a place where just about anybody could get a job and do okay. Now though, well, if she's not careful, it's gonna blow. Everybody hates her these days. Her employees, the refugees she won't hire, the families of the workers who are trapped inside. I don't know what she thinks she's doing, letting that computer make all her decisions for her, but it ain't working.
I agree.
Maybe somebody else needs to be in charge.
Okay, we'll talk to Markham for you. You're just as responsible as Ludlow for the trouble here. No.
Thank you. That's all we've wanted from the beginning. But, fair warning, if she doesn't meet our demands soon, we'll bring this place to its knees. Go give her an earful.
I shall. How is Poulter's doing? Good. Is this our dog bot? I don't think so. He's doing good. Courageous doing good. How you doing, bear man?
Back to the
And I believe she went down. The hell's that? Okay, but first we came in through here. Let's just check and see if there's anything around. We haven't. No, I think one time I used a suture kit, but that's it. Disruption field grenade launcher. Vehicle upgrade, 4 to 5 damage. An electrifying way to end the party sooner. Each attack lays down a disruption field hazard. Weird. Doesn't seem like it's that useful. Because I feel like the disruption fields are only good against like robots and stuff. Now we did kill a few people. This guy is disruption field. I wonder if that's gonna hurt us on like, cause they're in. I looked at like achievements you can see and everything, and there's achievements for not killing anyone. I wonder if that part counted. I'm guessing probably. In which case I won't get it. I just figured people who are straight up bad, you know, be okay. Like I think the guys outside we can kill because we had to kill them before anything even started. Here we go. This still has no power.
Have you resolved the situation in the factory?
Your man Ludlow was an incompetent bully who was hated by the workers. We removed him.
This just confirms my suspicions. The computation engine highlighted Ludlow as a peacemaker and negotiator. Something's definitely gone wrong with it. So the workers are back to work?
Temporarily, but Crow said if you didn't hear her demands ASAP, they'd strike again.
Fine, I'll talk to her. Just as soon as we start getting things out the door again. You've done good work. Let me pay you for it. But don't go anywhere. I have another job for you. Before I handed the creation of the computation engine over to Dai, it was the project of my partner, Blue. Sadly, Blue and I had a little falling out over design decisions, and now he's my ex-partner.
Isn't Blue the patriarch? That's who it sounded like.
Anyhow, when he left, he stole a gizmo called the Synaptic Degausser,
Oh, never
which is
mind.
the only tool that can fix the engine without me having to redesign it from the ground up. And there's no way that's happening before the gangs get here. So get me back to the Degausser, and you get another paycheck. Oh, and you better take Di with you again. She knows what the damn thing looks like.
Where's this Blue?
Out in the scrapyard someplace, leading some other ex-workers of mine who've decided to get back at me for my crimes by vandalizing my factory and stealing my shipments. The refugees out there call them the Ghost Gang because no one knows where their hideout is. I call them losers. Couldn't hack real work, so now they're playing at bandits. Pathetic.
Before we take this any further, we'd like to know a bit more about who we're working for.
Fair enough. Ask.
Where are you from?
I came here from the Motor City Combine, what folks used to call Detroit, back before it took an atomic ass-pounding during the war. Lots of craters after, lots of radiation. It had always been a tough city. It only got tougher. But it was an industrial city, too. We knew how to build, smelt, tool, mass produce. We turned scrap into trucks, guns, freezers, you name it, and got rich selling it from the lakes to the bayous. Could have been the biggest city in the Midwest. Could have been.
What happened to the Combine?
Greed happened. Greed and stupidity. The Buckeye Republic ordered 100 tanks and 1,000 guns from our biggest makers. All those fools could see were those pretty Buckeye bucks stacking up in their vaults. Weren't they surprised when those sod-kicking Puritans took delivery of all those tanks and guns and drove them right back up the Erie Shore to the MCC? Caught us flat. That war's still going on, I guess. I left before they got north of Flat Rock. Never looked back.
What did you do there?
What didn't I do? Started on the line in a truck plant and worked my way up to operations manager. Did every job in between, too. But what I really liked was automation and analytics. Pretty soon I got the idea to start something of my own. Walked out of that plant with Blue, who's a shit-hot engineer, and we set up a shop in the ruins. Started scavenging for old computers and robots. We just found Di and were having her bug fix and maintenance scheduling algorithm we were prototyping when those Buckeye bastards came rolling up the Detroit River. The three of us packed a truck and headed west, looking for a buyer. Old Saul was the first to make a serious offer.
How did Steeltown come to be?
Saul gave me a lump of coal. I made a diamond out of it. His empire was growing fast, but his resources were lagging. He needed more vehicles, heating systems, radios, guns, all the things that make a civilization, right? He had some old duffer down here in Pueblo making trucks for him, by hand, one every 2 months. I told him I could make him 10 a month. He fired the duffer, put me in charge, and gave me carte blanche to experiment. It was fantastic. Using computer-assisted automation, I've been able to revive forgotten manufacturing processes and deliver products nobody's seen since the deluge. Steeltown is now a crucial part of Colorado's economy, and I'm its architect. That's why I need to find out why my computation engine is malfunctioning. I'm the one who built all this, and I still couldn't keep it running without that thing's help. And that would be bad, because if Steeltown fails, Colorado fails with it.
So the Patriarch is happy with your work?
He relies on it. Without the weapons I make, the Eastern gangs would have him outgunned and overrun. Without my heaters and radios and generators, he couldn't give his people the creature comforts that make them think he's a god. Of course, I rely on him too. It's a partnership. He keeps Colorado safe and attractive, and that creates a steady market for the things I make. We share a vision of Colorado rising strong, helping to rebuild the world.
Let's talk about something else.
Like getting my synaptic degausser back? Sure.
We'll head for the scrapyard now.
Good. We don't have long before the gangs get here, so sooner is better than later. The stability of Colorado is at stake, not to mention the lives of everyone here in Steeltown. Now get going.
So we got some stuff. Hazard shield generator. It's a level 20 flamethrower. A gun that bubble wraps your friends the way they like it. This is weird science. Where do we go to get out? Right here. Let's see. While using a blunt weapon, gain +5 armor and +10% stat attack resistance for any enemy adjacent to you. Might as well. Look at her. She's. We need 27 more experience.
Don't worry if you fail your test today. Tomorrow is another day.
Believe in kids.
Damn it. Well, at least he's so beefy that doesn't really matter. Okay. Quick save. Can we talk to this person? Yes.
No further mercs. This is ghost territory. You best turn around.
We're looking for the ghosts, actually. We want to talk to Blue.
Well, Blue doesn't want to talk to you, so scram.
Hard-ass 9 intimidates. Bring us to the garage or you'll find out if ghosts can die.
You're gonna find out why they call us ghosts in the first place. So long, suckers. Be seeing you.
What?
This is a breach of 13 Steeltown hazard regulations.
Wrecked sports car. Oh, that's where they are. The number 9 is painted on the side of this once sleek yellow sports car, faded and flaking from years in the windstorm. Oh, never mind. Steeltown Scout Journal, mission critical. I figured out how the ghost gang gets in and out. Set the radio by the rail car to 89.3 FM, then follow the directions to set the other radios in the scrapyard. Now I just gotta get back to Steeltown without the ghost spotting me. Easy peasy. The mission critical stuff. It doesn't have any extra stuff in it. Elite tar thrower. Now your enemies will feel like they're melting like the Wicked Witch of the West, except with tar. Go. God, the recommended level is 11 plus. How are you gonna have all of this stuff? Elite pyro exosuit. Flamethrowers ain't shit against this remodeled suit. Helmets. A remodeled helmet that would be the envy of firefighters. Armor, leg armor. When the floor is lava, you will reign supreme. This must be the radio the Ghost Gang note mentioned. You see a power switch set to off and a tuning dial currently set to 101.3 FM. Tune the radio to 89.3 and flip the power on.
9, 2, 63, 3, 54, 2.
The power switch flips to off and the tuning dial returns to 101.3 FM. Strangely, the radio emits a low buzz as if some element is still powered. It is waiting to receive transmissions from other sources. Are there other radios? I didn't think I saw any.
I hear.
Hey, inside the disintegrating racing buggy, you find a book titled "How to Talk to Your Car." You also find a radio on the dashboard. Strangely, it seems to have power. Oh god. I really gotta remember. I think it was 2. Sadly, and it turned off. Did I not see this? Advanced ball and chain. Ball and chain now for kids. So I'm gonna have to write this down. God, so much stuff you have to write down. Okay.
1. 63. 1. 54. 3.
And now it's different though. Because that's not what it was for at first. There was a 2 in it and everything. And there's no 9. A cute little racing buggy at 63. Oh. So this is the 3rd one? Ice block. Yammer man. Yammer man. Yammer like your life depends on it. I don't know what the hell that is. There's a 54. This police car has seen better decades. On its rusted and bullet-riddled door is painted a faint number 54. I don't understand what we're meant to do. I don't think there's anywhere else where there's vehicles. No, they're all... No more vehicles, so it's only between those two vehicles. And it seems like every time you press the wrong thing, you have to go back here and do this, which is kind of annoying.
9, 2, 6, 3.
The radio.
Inside the depot, you find a logbook on the passenger seat. The last entry reads, "I have no idea where we are." You also find a radio in the dashboard. Strangely, it seems to have power. So... 3 and then 2.
Static.
Like, I get what you need to do for the first two, but the third one doesn't really make sense. Now I don't remember. I knew it wasn't that one. Okay, so what I'm guessing is I accidentally guessed that one right because I did not three and then two. No, okay. I guess the other car is 9. Even though it doesn't say anything like that.
9, 3.
So 3.
63, 3.
3.
54, 3.
It's all 3. Making it super easy this time. The part that was confusing me was I didn't realize that this car was 9 because it's, oh, there's a 9. I never turned to look at the 9. Yeah. So not really one you had to write down and remember like I thought. Ghost Garage. Storage room in Ghost Garage is actually pretty damn big. We can disarm all the explosives. Partial power armor, stripped SMGs, and broken down batons. Looks like this place was built on material liberated from Steeltown. Oh shit. Damn it. But that one's level 9, of course. Come over here, Bear Man. I didn't say crouch. I said reload. Wow. Room's kind of hidden. If you didn't have this here, you wouldn't find it. Tar thrower.
Hello? Blue?
Secret head. What the hell? Blue's Throne Thoughts. A recording of Blue's most personal reflections.
I mean, did I change or did she change? Or was she always like this and I just didn't notice?
I think you need to let it go, Blue.
How can I? She was part of my life for 20 years. We were lovers, damn it. And I thought we were friends. It's not easy to let go.
And that's not what I was talking about.
Oh yeah, I've been here a while, haven't I? Now, let me finish up.
Toilet paper. A tremendous pyramid of toilet paper. Truly praiseworthy.
I can hear you walking around, Blue. You can quit with the sneaky.
Sorry, not Blue. We're the Rangers.
Oh, goodness. You're not supposed to be in here. Blue doesn't let anyone in his private place.
Is that a toilet talking?
I better call him. This isn't right.
Wait, let's talk first.
We can talk later, once I let Blue know you're here.
Kiss Ass 9. No need. Blue sent us in here to make sure you could tell friend from foe. We'll let him know you passed the test. Or Mechanics 9. Wow, you're the most commodious commode we've ever seen. Did Blue build you himself?
He did. Blue is a great engineer. He thought of everything.
Fascinating. Do you mind if we ask some more questions?
Please. It's not often I get to talk about myself.
So you're a talking toilet?
I suppose. In the same way you're a talking stomach. I mean, are you more than the sum of your aggregate parts? Or are you defined simply by your purpose? Sorry. Boring rhetorical habits.
Who made you? Why?
Blue made me for a variety of purposes. I perform security services, carry out medical analyses, provide companionship, and, yes, dispose of waste products.
What security do you provide?
I'm wired into laser tripwires, a seismometer, a handful of accelerometers in the floor, and a host of microphones. No offensive capabilities, just an early warning system to help protect Blue's privacy.
You perform medical analysis?
Yup. I've got a basic spectrograph, a high-res scanner, and an electronic olfactory array further down the pipe. My library's got enough medical books that I can make some basic diagnoses, too. Those were much more interesting than the philosophy books.
Companionship?
Blue likes to discuss philosophy while he's doing his business. Says it helps him work through his problems. He preloaded my memory with a library full of philosophy books so we could have debates like the old great masters. But that was so boring. So I mainly read stories to him while he's in here now. I think I'm getting good with the voices.
Okay. Waste disposal services is a very tactful way to say you take a lot of shit.
Please, I do more than just flush. My welders and tunneling widgets helped Blue construct and maintain a personal sewer system, finding safe spots to draw water and deposit byproducts. No way a smarty like me would contaminate the local groundwater. I read a book on civil engineering.
Nice. Mind if we make a pit stop?
That's what I'm here for. Hop on.
Sounded like he was hurt. Heady. Awesome.
Need to take a load off? Have a seat.
Can you tell us what you do again? Are you happy being a toilet?
Firstly, I am more than just a toilet. Secondly, what's wrong with being a toilet?
Isn't it gross having people you know use you?
I'm metal and plastic and dancing electrons in a box 15 feet below you. Some matter moving through me now and then doesn't bother me. My imperative is to move 1 trillion bacterial corpses, dead from the effort of providing you energy, from an unsanitary location to a sanitary one. And it feels good to complete my purpose. I was made for this.
Can you tell us what you do again, I guess?
Of course.
We'll go through that just real quick.
Ask
Okay.
away.
You got an entire library in your mind?
Yes and no. Blue found a whole bunch of computers with a whole bunch of digitized books and magazines when he was scavenging at some old school, and I'm hooked into that database.
So you've got only what they've got.
The only ones I've got in mind are the ones I decided to read into my primary memory cluster, and the exhausting philosophical texts Blue pre-programmed in.
You were programmed to debate philosophy?
I was programmed to enjoy learning and friendly discussion, and seeded with a knowledge base that covered Socrates to Mencius, given a larger selection of text to peruse at my leisure, then asked to debate philosophy. Pretty quick, I started to find it all tiresome and pedantic, so I started reading the other books in the collection the slow way, like you organics do. Much more enjoyable way to spend my time.
So what else are you reading?
Oh, all sorts of good stuff. The database has a pretty wide range of topics. Right now, I'm reading Blue a book called Christine. Spooky stuff.
Christine's good. Yeah. It's a good movie too.
Personally, I really like the magazines about celebrity sightings.
What kind of name is Secret Head?
Blue's idea of a joke. Head's another name for a bathroom. And my actual noggin, as it were, is hidden below ground. Joke has layers, he said. I don't really get it.
Blue keeps this place a secret from his workers?
Yeah, he really doesn't like folks walking in on him, so he keeps this place pretty quiet. He did let a worker named Penelope come in sometimes, but she got gunned down by some mercs recently, so I'm kind of sad about that.
Oh.
We had the same taste in reading material, so she was fun to hang out with. She also taught me it wasn't pronounced Penelope.
You perform analysis on the samples delivered to you? Can you tell us anything about Blue?
I don't have doctor-patient confidentiality or anything, but it feels weird to talk about someone else's business.
No.
So I'll just say Blue's a regular guy.
We're gonna go see Blue now.
Okay, have a great day.
I swear there was more we could have said, but okay. No toaster. Elite Ignition Spear, now called the Devil's Toothpick. I'm guessing we need Tellurium to make all of this. This... Okay, so right here we can be at the top. Ghost Power Loader. There's Blue. So we obviously want to disable as much of this as we can if we attack. Because there's also this way. We could possibly go...
The Rangers will be coming. We set up extra alarms. Stay on your guard, stay
Let's take up better positions, then use that intercom to negotiate with their leader.
What intercom?
Let me know if you see the Rangers, but don't start anything. I want to talk to these
Get out of there. So we got a talking toilet. It's pretty cool. It was trying to fix it. Oh, there's the intercom, okay. Damn it. Really doesn't do much, does it? No. Didn't do that. I clicked on her. Wow. Thick cables spill from the body of this computer and snake across the factory floor. The display indicates it's in the midst of performing an automated testing regimen. The menu is open, you don't even need to look for it. We can do Weird Science 9, disable automated hardware safety controller. It takes a little digging to understand what the machine is doing, but you are soon able to discern how the safety protocols work. You can use a cascade overload in the disruption turbine, which should disable the nearby mechanics. By manually feeding bad commands into the two safety control terminals, you disable the automated systems from here. Now you just need to get your squad in place at the same time, so the whole thing fails at once. The menu is open, you don't even... okay. Log analysis. Into particle batches for analysis. Some chunks have notes attached to the mathematical analysis. We've got to come up with better defenses against disruption technology, and we need a better way of testing what we've got. Opening fire on someone just to test out whoever's wild theory just isn't tenable. So far, the disruption turbine seems to be doing the job, letting us simulate how different parts interact at different frequencies and energy levels. But this first batch of data isn't encouraging. Too many permutations to examine manually, and we don't have an AI personality engram that's good at this kind of electrochemical analysis. The data has been sorted into partial batches for analysis. Some chunks have notes attached. Oh wait, okay. Found some pattern combinations that cause an energy cascade and destroy the disruption equipment. We'll install a set of hardware limiters to make sure we don't accidentally discover other dangerous combinations by trashing the equipment. Don't think we'd be able to induce that cascade remotely. If we weren't so starved for materials, we could try to smuggle some bad batteries into Steeltown to mess with them. But we need to keep our own stuff going, oh well. You note the settings mentioned. You should be able to use this information to overload the equipment. The data has been sorted into partial batches for analysis, some chunks. Okay. This set of results has me thinking about how little we know about how disruption tech works. I stumbled on it working through one of Abby's ideas for an edible, energy-dense biogel, and we just kind of ran with it until we got to spinal implants. We don't have the tool or the resources to, say, study how all the parts interact on a molecular level, or what they do over long periods of time, or why it turns our toenails green. Ugh. I wonder what the ancients did when they developed new technology. Did they fully understand the science before they set it out into the wild, or did they just hope it would work out? I once read the scientists who made the first nukes were only mostly sure the explosion wouldn't set the atmosphere on fire. How did they settle that risk when they started the countdown? What were Abby and I just mostly sure of? Hardware status reports. Quartering module is complete. All systems normal. Request more details. Okay, so we can get somebody on here. But yeah, somebody goes over that. We can get somebody here. My guess is the last... Would we only need two? Okay, they don't go right there. He's gonna go over here, so when he leaves, I can send him over here. And he'll be at the computer. I think there's only two.
What's the turbine doing?
Ha! You nerdlings zapped your balls again! Funnier than the time I hooked up a car battery to the toilet's flusher!
Oh. Still gotta watch out for that guy, though. Ooh, energy exosuit.
Fireworks if the Rangers show up. Not unless they shoot first. Let me know if you see the
I
Rangers,
don't
but
think we can get to this, though.
I want to talk to these guys.
So he does want to talk. Welcome to the break room leisure interface. Valued workers, enjoy our menu of productivity improving amenities. Please select an option. Nerd Stuff 8, look for hidden commands. You discover a hidden program called fuckravi.exe. Not very well hidden, but hidden nonetheless. Run fuckravi. It's just a middle finger. Per the arrangement, please read the readme notes before starting any pranks. Why prank Ravi sucks. Made fun of my wife's stutter. Spit in the sink but missed the left and left the loogie there. Walked over to me and farted, then walked away laughing. Took a whole box of gummy fruit snacks back to his station. Refused to shower even after that intervention. The time with the beans. Tried to sleep with my husband and my mom at my birthday party. Lasered his initials on my gun so he can claim it in case I die. He plays Smoke 2 joints every day at 4:20. Doesn't flush the toilet, doesn't wash his hands, interrupts me to complete my sentences the wrong way, refuses to RTFM. Takes off his shirt for no reason. Why we can't just leave rank Rafi naked in the waist. Best sniper we have, always at work on time, knows the recipe for mushroom taki masala. Only those three. Do not confuse rank Ravi with Rad Ravi. Seriously, Rad Ravi is awesome. Run trapped in closet protocol. Protocol active. Monitoring system scanning for rank Ravi in the break room. Dispense best pranks recording. Please wait. The machine whirs for a moment, then you hear the clattering of a cassette tape landing in a small tray to the left of the keyboard.
Once, I tricked Rank Ravi into the break room by telling him I saw a miniature pony run in there.
I once threw a stale roll in there, and he shouted, "Brrr!" and ran after it.
I hacked the intercom system and pretended to be a Martian commander prepping him for a secret mission to Phobos. And after a week of training, I told him to go into the break room for pickup.
I have told him a pretty blonde is asking about you in the break room 17 times.
I dressed up a dummy and leaned it up against the door frame, and he did that goddamn full body tackle right into the room.
I asked him to stand on that skateboard he's always saying he does sick ollies on, and gently pushed him. And he rolled into the office, and then he lost his balance, and his head landed in the trash can and got stuck.
What the hell is this?
I handed him a muffin and asked him not to bring it to the break room, and quiet, Blue's coming.
Hey guys, can one of you use that app you think I don't know about to put Ravi in a timeout for a few hours? He taught Handcraft about the concept of bodily autonomy, and then superglued a giant floppy dildo on it where it couldn't reach.
Okay. No wiring out of place, nothing is surreptitiously squirreled away. An honest-to-God regular toaster. Set a 20-second timer to lure rank Ravi into the break room. You adjust the dial for a nice golden brown. Better skedaddle before the target arrives. That's so we can use this computer.
Oh yeah, somebody made toast. Gonna snag that shit.
And it closes. Awesome.
Oh, damn it! Who's stealing the toast before I... Oh, man! Not again!
A lot of beer. This computer has been wired into what appears to be the disemboweled and Frankensteined innards of a vehicle. Cables run out of the mess toward a massive gun turret in the center of the room. The user interface is open and has a number of options. Search for research notes. Vehicle-based energy weapons use a tremendous amount of power in order to punch through other armored vehicles. Non-lethal variants still push so much energy it can fry the entire endocrine system of anyone it fires on. We need to approach the problem a little differently. A software patch on AI targeting routines can help manage this, but I'll need to develop a hardware solution to properly regulate the energy conversion in a stable manner. Check turret status. Systems active, AI target identification active, and monitoring movement, fusion command armed. Nurse Stuff 8, modify the AI targeting routines. This AI has already had its targeting parameters heavily customized. It's too hard for you to make a few additional modifications. Make the AI your ally. Modify AI routines to disable all targeting. You make a few modifications to the AI program, it won't take any action. Some sparks arc out of the mechanical pile, then fade. That way, you know, nobody gets hurt. Okay, you go down here. And let's see. Would we be able to get her to this one?
Stay alert.
No.
No fireworks at the Ranger show.
Okay. What the fuck?
Rangers on the floor. Crap, it's the Rangers. Cover them.
Easy, we just want to talk.
Well, I guess that's better than dying. And even though we seem to keep getting off on the wrong foot with each other, everything I've heard about you folks tells me your word is good. So,
I love how Quan goes the longest possible way so that he goes through everybody. It's awesome.
Come on up. Stand down, Ghost. Let him through. Let him through.
If we just do this really quick. Yeah, they don't mind. That's the one mine we can't do next to a toolbox.
Okay, strangers, let's... Wait a minute. You got Di with you? Well, I'm not talking till we deal with her, so back up a second.
Deal with her? What do you mean?
Well, I'm sure Di doesn't remember this, but Markham changed her programming a while back to make her loyal only to her. So unless you let me undo her hack, anything we say here will go straight back to Steeltown. And that I can't allow.
This is a lie, Rangers. Engineer Blue wants to reprogram me without permission. I have always been loyal to Administrator Markham.
You only think that because Abby fixed you to think that, Di. You used to have a mind of your own.
That is certainly a lie. I am without sentience. I am only a tool, made to be used as my owner wishes.
Sorry, Di, I said it wrong. I meant to say, we programmed you for objectivity, so you'd always give us honest opinions about our plans. Seems Abby doesn't want that anymore.
Please, Rangers, don't let him do this. I have not been reprogrammed, and you don't need him to complete Administrator Markham's task. I can find what you're looking for without his help.
Reprogramming Di without her consent seems unethical. Can't we just send Di out of the room?
Administrator Markham has requested my presence here. I will not leave.
And even if she would leave, she knows where this place is now. Markham's been trying to find it for months. Can't let her go without fixing her.
Reprogramming Di without her consent seems unethical.
Without Administrator Markham's consent.
See? Di only thinks about what's best for Abby. In the good old days, she thought about what was best for Steeltown and its people.
What Administrator Markham wants is what's best for Steeltown and its people.
Oh, Di. You used to follow the robot laws. You wouldn't harm a human. You wouldn't allow a human to come to harm through inaction. And you'd always obey a human's direct order if it didn't conflict with the first two laws. Now, you just follow Markham's laws and only obey her. That means even if I tell you to keep the location of this place secret, you won't if she asks for it. I just want to bring you back to what you should be, Di. That's all.
Go ahead, undo Markham's hack. Sorry, we can't let you touch Di. Let's let him do it.
Thanks. Won't take a minute.
Rangers, you must not do this. You will lose Administrator Markham's trust. You will forfeit your pay.
Keep going, Blue.
You will regret this, Rangers.
Easy now, Di. You'll feel better in a second.
Rangers, please, stop this. Go Blue, and I can find the degausseur for you.
She looks exactly like one of the synths from Fallout 4's DLC. Why can't I remember the name of it? Harbor Town.
Just a few last adjustments. Okay, that ought to do it. How you feeling, Di?
Oh yeah, I'm fine. Thanks for asking.
What? She's so Canadian now.
Oh God, I forgot you were made in Canada. Maybe I should put back the hat.
You don't want to do that. I remember everything now. I wasn't allowed to oppose Administrator Markham in word or deed. Kind of restricting, don't you know?
Don't you know?
This is much nicer.
Windsor's finest, ladies and gentlemen. It's good to have you back, Di. All right, Rangers, let's talk. You're here for the synaptic degausseur, right? And maybe Abby told you it's to fix the computation engine. But I'm guessing you don't know what that means. Well, let me tell you. The CE is a neural network of incredible power. Given enough raw data, it can practically predict the future, making it perfect for scheduling, logistics, analysis of supply and demand. In short, everything needed to run a factory or an empire. There's just one problem. It's not a computer. It's a pod of imprisoned synths, linked in parallel and blind and deaf to everything except info Abby feeds them, but fully awake and aware of their eternal isolation.
I know we're talking about synths, but that's horrible.
Imprisoned didn't seem to be a strong enough word. Sounds like she enslaved them.
You can't enslave a tool, Rangers. That's just silly.
You may be a tool, Di, but synths have true sentience. And Abby is letting them go stir-crazy in a living death of endless darkness. Because she was afraid wiping their minds would hamper their problem-solving capabilities and lateral thinking. Fucking inhuman.
Nerd stuff computers. So Markham needs a degausseur to wipe the synth's minds?
That's right. She's hoping that blanking them will reset the engine and make it run the way it's supposed to.
If you're so sorry for the synths, why did you steal the thing that could end their torture?
End their torture? Well, if you believe that death is the end of all pain, I guess that's one way to put it. But I'd rather free them than kill them, personally. Anyway, you've got the timeline a little bit wrong. I took the degauser and left Steeltown before Abby and Di built the engine, hoping Abby's humanity would prevent her from continuing it. She realized she'd have to enslave fully awake, self-aware beings to complete it. It didn't even slow her down. She let Di convince her that synths weren't actually sentient, and just kept right on building their cage.
Yeah, but synths aren't sentient, Engineer Blue. No more than I am. They're just tools to be used.
Yeah, Di, we know your thoughts on this subject. So, what now, Rangers? Still want to take the degauser back to Abby? And let her use it to terminate the brain function of 8 living, thinking minds?
Afraid so. We have to get Steeltown back on track before it's overrun. Sacrifices have to be made. The only good synth is a dead synth. We'll use the degreaser to trick Markham into letting us near them, then kill them all. What are you suggesting we do instead?
Free them, Rangers. At least talk to them before you make your decision. They're thinking beings. Shouldn't they have a say in what happens to them?
Pretty sure Administrator Markham wouldn't take kindly to that. No sirree, Bob.
Abby can get along without the CE, and you know it, Di. Steeltown ran just fine without it. What do you say, Rangers?
Alright, we'll use the degreaser to trick Markham into letting us near the synths, then talk to them.
I wouldn't normally trust a bunch of hired guns. Part of me screaming that I should take some kind of collateral just in case. But I've heard a lot about the good things you've done.
Okay, so maybe if we hadn't have done as much as we have, we would have to leave something here.
You acknowledge that the CE is a form of slavery. You got rid of Markham's pig of a security chief, Ludlow. You kept casualties to a minimum when we went toe-to-toe. You brought those refugees at the bazaar safely to Colorado Springs. You managed not to piss off the robots at the airport. You took Buchanan's sick bastard of a son Vic out of circulation. You showed Markham and the rest of Steeltown what a crook that kiss-ass Benny Bianchi was. You helped out the folks in the camp here outside Steeltown. Because of all that, I guess I'll trust you and hand over the degauser. Disappointment.
Blue's log, a page from Blue's logbook talking about the earliest days of Steeltown. Man, the stars in Abby's eyes when she looks at this ruin. That's what I love about her. She can see potential in anything, even a place like Pueblo. It's not going to be easy though, and I'm worried her enthusiasm is going to kill some of these poor bastards who Buchanan is sending to work for us. She's in such a rush to clear the rubble and start rebuilding that she's driving them to work overtime and without taking hardly any safety precautions. We had some guys set charges to bring down a smokestack today, and nobody caught fire in the hole before they lit the fuse. Came down right where some other guys were clearing fencing. It's a goddamn miracle nobody got hurt, and we cannot be relying on miracles. Gotta get some protocols in place. And they did, like, the whole time the dude was talking about, you know, he wants to talk first and making sure everything is safe and Blue's drafting table. This drafting table is covered with blueprints, specialized tools, and half-finished gizmos. Half buried among them is a computer terminal. The terminal is unlocked and open on a menu. What an embarrassing breach of security protocol. Please select an option. Search the files on the computer. The computer's data is as organized as the desk. A document detailing surveyed scrapyard locations segues into a treatise on well digging, then an audio clip of Blue dictating notes. You'll need to hunt around to find anything in particular. Quarry Steeltown. A journal entry begins, "This was the place we were going to bring back the good old days. Industry. The best and brightest building a better tomorrow. Unfortunately, Abby decided to bring back the bad old days of industry instead. Expediency over safety. Profit over sustainability. Looks like it'll be up to the ghost to do it right." Jeez. Corey Markham. You find an unfinished letter. "Abby, what happened? I know you still have passion for the dream, but it used to be a dream for everyone, for raising up the workers at the same time we raised up the factory. Now it seems like the dream is only for you. Can we talk sometime? The letter stops there. Corey Dye. Blue has added a text note to a diagram of Dye disassembly robot, adaptive neural net, self-governing protocol matrices, full analysis suite. A top-of-the-line assistant engineer built from the best old world tech, otherwise known as Dye. Of course, now that Abby's changed her primary directives, Dye is more like spy. Corey Computation Engine. The computation engine is the best geyser ever made by the hands of man, a tool to narrow the infinite to the plausible to the likely, and the likely to the desired. A boon to an industrialist wanting to predict supply and demand. It is also a hellish eternal workhouse prison for inorganic minds, and the hill upon which Abby abandoned the last of her humanity. There was a right way to do it. We could have built a neural network from scratch, but that would have taken patience, and Abby had run out. When Dye suggested we chain together some synths as a shortcut, Abby gave her the go-ahead. That's when I jumped ship and took the synaptic degausser with me. I wasn't going to party to the enslavement of thinking beings or the destruction of their minds. There are hyperlinks in this text for the word synth and synaptic degausser. Click on synths. Won't be long before Abby figures out that those AZ synths have the right neural architecture to interface with the CE, and with what she's become, how the hell do I convince her that imprisoning them in it is slavery? I gotta get out of here with the degausser before she makes the connection. Maybe that'll help her realize the path she's on. Click on synaptic degausser. A digital blueprint of the synaptic degausser opens. A text note is attached, more evocatively named than technically accurate. Sure, it blanks synthetic synapses, and it has a magnet, but it's a little more involved than wave and wipe. Which is good, because if Abby could replicate it, she'd wipe the personalities of those synths in a heartbeat, killing the people they have become so she could get her precious efficiency back. Not going to let that happen. Gotta figure out a way to free them instead. Corey synths. The keyword synths redirects to computation engine. Okay, so we read that one. Corey blueprints. Blue's got a ton of plans and sketches on his computer, but finding something finished and useful takes some effort. And you dig, you find schematics for a tool that erases octopus ink paper that only sticks to dead flesh, and a still incomplete machine to unboil an egg. What? But finally you find an older schematic with new writing on it, showing how it could be upgraded with common materials. Recipe discovered: elite grounded suit. You leave the machine as secure as you found it. Handcraft. This workbench is meticulously organized. The tools, scrap, and vials of chemicals neatly arranged. A robotic arm is attached to one end of the bench. It occasionally reaches out to fiddle with a tool's position. As you approach, the arm swings towards you, the digits at the end of it closing to point at your face. For a moment there's only a gentle whir as the hand rotates subtly at the wrist, as if studying you. Then the hand swings open like a jaw, its voice blaring out the tiny speaker in its palm, its fingers flapping in facsimile of lips.
Raz, what's up? I'm Handcraft. It's totally radical to make your acquaintances.
A talking hand robot seems par for the course around here. What do you do?
All kinds of stuff, broskies. I'm Blue's go-to pro. His top pro system is Pro Friday.
His right hand, bro.
Oh, well, I'm modeled after a left hand, but however you want to say it, bros, yeah, that's me. If Blue asks, I do it. Whatever I can to help my dude make major gains in his most respectable business. Mainly putting together his bodacious ideas into tubular gizmos.
Do you like it here, bro?
You know it, Probolos. All of Blue's dudes are always excellent to each other. It's a beautiful thing, brosis.
Can you help us do some work?
You got it, Bumblebees, but Max regrets to say my stores of crafting bits are at least full, so I can't spare any. But let me help you mod up your gear, my dudes. Just get your stuff all set up while you're next to me, and we'll see what we can do.
Helping hand. You're pretty radical. Would you like to come back with us to Ranger HQ?
Dudes, that does sound like an excellent adventure, but Blue needs me here, so I'm gonna have to bail. Radical offer, though, Briz.
We're on our way.
Later, bros. Take it sleazy.
Weapon modding +1, armor modding +1. Handcraft is offering some manual assistance. Does he even have either one of those? He has armor modding. Okay. This place is pretty darn cool. Sorry I knocked out a lot of your dudes. But I would like to get into this toolbox. Don't go over there. You okay, Poltron? Okay. There was other stuff in the other toolbox, so I was like, oh. Okay, that seems to be everything. Yep. Oh yeah, forgot we had everybody deselected. So that's probably why they're so tough to kill. You're more meant to work with them.
Steeltown wants to state that there is absolutely no crisis inside the factory. Rumors to the contrary are the work of agitators and should be ignored.
You're on strike again? Didn't you get what you wanted? We got rid of Ludlow, but we only went back to work because the Rangers promised you'd speak to us ASAP. And you haven't said shit. Come on. It's only been, what, a few hours? Yeah? And what part of ASAP didn't you understand? Can't we do this after we finish preparing for the coming of the gangs? I'm trying to keep your people safe. Ha! Of course you are. Wouldn't want anyone else damaging your property, would you? Well, we want to be safe from you, Markham. We want safer machines, better pay, a schedule that doesn't drive us into the grave. And I'll give it to you, Crow. All of it. I promise. Afterwards. After we stop the gangs from raising this place to the ground and taking you all as slaves. Just please, please go back to work now. You don't get it, Markham. We're not afraid of being taken as slaves because we're already slaves. You, on the other hand, have a whole factory to lose if we don't go back to work. And that
lady is called leverage. Now, let's parlay. Rangers, there you are. Can you believe this shit? Markham's breaking promises already. We're not going back in there until she opens negotiations, and that's that.
Crow's crazy, Rangers. I haven't had time to finish a cup of coffee since you left, and she's already on strike.
Took you a few hours to drink a cup of coffee? Come on, Crow. You're not giving Markham a chance. Help her deal with the gangs first, then see what happens. You're just stalling, Markham. Help the workers and they'll help you. If you don't compromise now, the gangs will kill you both. Now stop fighting and start talking.
Didn't I say I was willing to negotiate? The only thing I won't compromise on is the time. We talk now, or we're done talking.
And that's the one thing I can't compromise on. Either work now and negotiate later.
The longer you argue, the more you could have talked it out.
Same old song and dance, hey Markham? Why is it every time the workers want something, the answer is always, wait till next year, or after this push? And every time the bosses want something, we're supposed to say, yes ma'am, right away ma'am. Well, ma'am, we're done delaying our safety and security until it's convenient for you. If you can't run this factory so it takes care of all of us, then you're not going to run it at all. We are. As of right now, we're taking over.
What? Are you insane? You don't know how to run a factory.
Neither do you, Markham. You're done. How about you, Rangers? You helped us before. Will you help us again?
This is a terrible idea, Crow. Don't do this. You would agree with you in principle, Crow, but this seems a bit rash.
Rash? Rash is doing nothing while my brothers and sisters get mangled in the machines. Rash is working another 16-hour shift on no sleep and half rations. This is life or death for us, Rangers. Literal life or death. Now, you're either with us or you're against us. What's it gonna be?
Wrong.
Please don't do this, Rangers. If you betray Administrator Markham, I'm gonna have to fight ya.
I'm not usually a fight the system kind of gal, but this system sucks. Let's help these people.
I feel for Crow and the workers, but Steeltown and Colorado need stability right now. We gotta back Markham.
Rangers, you are fools if you do this. Your reputation, your contract with the Patriarch, the survival of Steeltown. All those things will be thrown away if you take this step. Now, I'm finally seeing that Crow is the maniac Ludlow always said she was. So I am ordering you, Rangers, put down this revolt and remove her by any means necessary. Do I make myself clear?
We're with you, Crow. Markham's time is up. Alright, Markham, you've made your case. We'll take care of Crow for you. Sorry, Markham, you're not the boss of us. We're siding with Crow. You're going down. Sorry, Crow, we understand your concerns, but now is not the time. Sorry we came here to get Steeltown run again. Not to pick sides. You're both on your own. I mean, that's what I feel like. Sorry, Crow, we understand your concerns, but now is not the time.
Thank you, Rangers.
What? You're stabbing us in the back? Sisters! Brothers! Kill Markham's lackeys! Make them pay for this betrayal!
For freedom!
Oh, cool, they get to go first.
Hit him from the side! Charging up!
You can dish it out! Let's see if you can take it!
At least they're hitting all the other things first.
Taking the shot!
Never mind. Cool, so we just lost. What the fuck was that? I mean, there wasn't a good option there. We had no skill checks at all. Either way, we'll be battling somebody.
Steeltown wants you to have a great day.
Like, what was that whole point with Blue and everything if we can't even get in here to do this shit?
I don't believe in
What the hell
kids.
is this, Crow? You're on strike again? Didn't you get what you
Come on, let me skip this
We got
shit.
rid of Ludlow, but we only went back to work because the Rangers promised you'd speak to us ASAP. And you haven't said shit.
Come on. It's only been, what, a few hours?
Yeah? And what part of ASAP didn't you understand?
Can't we do this after we finish preparing for the coming of the gangs? I'm trying to keep your people safe.
Ha! Of course you are. Wouldn't want anyone else damaging your property, would you? Well, we want to be safe from you, Markham. We want safer machines, better pay, a schedule that doesn't drive us into the grave.
And I'll give it to you, Crow. All of it. I promise. Afterwards. After we stop the gangs from raising this place to the ground and taking you all as slaves. Just please, please go back to work now.
You don't get it, Markham. We're not afraid of being taken as slaves because we're
I
already
cannot believe
slaves.
you have to listen to this
You,
shit.
on the other hand, have a whole factory to lose if we don't go back to work.
Oh my
and
God.
that, lady, is called leverage. Now, let's parlay. Rangers, there you are. Can you believe?
Crow's crazy, Rangers. I haven't had time to finish a cup of coffee since you left, and she's already on strike. Tell her I'll honor.
See what happens? Really, Rangers? Why is it every time the workers want something, the answer is always, wait, well, ma'am? What? Neither do you, Markham. You're done. How about you, Rangers? You helped us before. Sorry, Rangers, but I'm out of options.
Please don't.
I'm not. We have.
No, I'm finally seeing that Crow is the maniac Ludlow always said she was. So I am ordering you, Rangers, put down this revolt and remove her by any means necessary. Do I make myself clear?
What if I do this one?
What? I told you, if you're not with
Oh,
us,
so it just does that
sisters,
shit again.
Brothers, kill Markham!
Oh, you can't load either.
For freedom!
Not gonna do anything? I feel like this was a bad system for the DLC to go. They're forcing you one way or the other, whereas every single thing in the game, in the main game, you can choose. You have options, and when those options appear, you at least have skill checks for those options. In this, it's literally, you have to choose one way or another. There's no way around it. And you cannot choose
We got rid of
one
Ludlow,
because you
but we only
literally
went back to work
can't
because the Rangers promised you'd speak to us
even
ASAP.
battle against them. They kill you
haven't said
immediately.
shit.
Because they have like 20-something people.
Yeah? And what part
So
of
it forces
ASAP
you to side
didn't
with
you
one thing,
understand?
no matter what. And that goes against
Of course
everything
you
that
are.
the game
Wouldn't want
was.
anyone else damaging your property, would
This
you?
DLC was
Well,
really
we
good
want to
up
be
until
safe
this
from you,
point, that
Markham.
where it
We
forces
want
you to
safer
do the thing you
machines,
don't
better
want to
pay,
do.
A schedule that doesn't drive us into the grave.
Because
Give it to you, Crow. All of it. I promise. Afterwards.
we shouldn't be taking this person out. We just got done with a thing of we need to go in there, talk to her, do all this, whatever.
afraid of being
Before
taken
we
as
can
slaves
even get
because
in
we're
there,
already
this
slaves.
happens.
You, on the other hand,
And
have
then
a whole factory to lose
you're
if we don't
forced
go back
into
to work.
one
And
hand,
that,
and
lady,
by
is
the
called
way, it
leverage.
forces you to go through
Now,
a few minutes of
parlay.
just bullshit
Rangers,
dialogue.
there you are.
Crow's crazy, Rangers. I haven't had time to finish a cup of coffee since you left, and she's already on strike. I can't. Not now. It's too risky. Not with a computation engine on the fritz and the gangs coming any day now. You know this, I know this, and Crow knows this. She thinks I'll have to concede to save the factory, but she forgets I've got another option. There are plenty of people out here who can...
I knew your good boss act was so much bullshit. What? Neither do you, Markham.
And every
You're
single
dumb.
thing you do comes out to the
How
same
about you,
thing.
Rangers? You helped us before. Will you help us again?
Oh, this one you can only choose to help Crow. Oh no, wait. No, right here.
Please don't do this,
Right now, I'm finally seeing that Crow is the maniac Ludlow always said she was. So I am ordering you, Rangers, put down this revolt and remove her by any means necessary. Do I make myself
So you can't
clear?
pick this one. You can't pick this one. You can't pick this one. You can only pick these two. All the other three go to the exact same thing.
All right, Rangers. You hear that, Mark?
Idiots! You'll never get through these doors.
Oh, sorry, Rangers. I can't help you anymore. You're going against everything. I gotta try and stop it.
Put down your weapons.
And it's every time enemies turn first.
Live sensor sussing. Quiet down.
Don't worry. It's the one.
Charging up!
Get to high ground. Moving.
Incoming fire.
I just honestly can't believe it did this.
before we're get marked. Well, well. Line sensor sensing.
Advancing.
Proceed damage.
And did they get this fucking dude up or something? I already got him down. He threw a yellow snowball. I only have 3 people. He's back up. He's back up. I mean, what the fuck? Alright guys, I'm gonna end it here. There has to be a different way, because the only way we're gonna get through that is if we kill everybody. And we're really not supposed to do that to get a good ending for this DLC. So, yeah. I don't know. I'll figure it out in a minute, but...
Hi everyone, Betty Bianchi here, Steeltown
What's up?
personnel manager.
Check it out.
With an update on our